So starting with the crate, we got a 30-inch folding crate. So our Shelties sire is 14.5 inches tall, and the mom is about 14 inches, and the larger of the two is only 20 pounds. So I think this folding crate will do well for us. And the X-Pen, as a combo, you can see that you can either attach it to the X-Pen, attach the crate and the X-Pen together, or you can put the crate inside the X-Pen, but we'll probably do this just for a little more space. We're actually standing in the area that we're gonna start the pup off in, so we have this whole dining room space that we're gonna use. And my husband mentioned that should we put something down to protect the wood floor, and we actually have these floor tiles that I'll show you later that we can put down underneath the crate to save the floor, so we're gonna do that. And then I think everybody knows you always need some puppy pads. This area that we're standing in actually has a door right to the outside, where we will take the pup out for potty training, so that'll be really handy. We've got this dog bed. I'll show you where we're gonna put that later. And then we were recommended to get some food bowls that are metal because they're really easy to put in the washing machine. And we also have some friends who their pup was very scared of metal bowls because, as you guys know, they get very excited about food and they can playing around and make a whole bunch of noise, and their dog was initially scared of the bowls. So we thought that this might be good because they can come up and the bowls can't move because the silicone has it kind of stuck to the floor. So we're gonna go with that, although we know that we probably won't be using these straight away because we're gonna train at the beginning and we'll probably be using bit by bit kibble. This is a mat that goes inside the crate. It's a little bit smaller than the crate, so you can have stuff off to the side if you need to have a water bowl in there. It's also not a super permeable fabric, so you should be able to get hair and any accidents off there pretty easily. So moving on, we have some Chewy Kong. I think everybody knows that. We have some very small dental chews because it's a tiny puppy. We got ourselves a collapsible bowl for water or food. If we go somewhere, we're a pretty active bunch, so I think this will really come in handy, and it has a clip so you can stick it on your hiking bag or your backpack if you need to, and it's just, you know, maybe it can be a Frisbee too. We got a super long training leash. We know we're going to be using this a lot out in the yard so that you can kind of let the dog go off and not be getting away from you super far away, and they feel like they're free, but they're not really free because you have this 30-foot leash. And then we got a clicker. Excited about using that for our first time. I'm sure it'll be a journey of learning. And then, you know, I think you can't help it, we got some toys. We got these little ring chew toys. They're very soft. They probably look harder than they are. We got Lamb Chop because who can resist Lamb Chop? He's a little squeaky guy. And then we got Koala because he's cute too. And then another little squeaky ball. This might actually be too big for it to start, but we'll see. I think sometimes you don't really know what your dog's gonna like. I think they might like tug of war, or they might like balls. I don't think Shelties are a big ball breed, so we'll see. That's that for now. I'll show you guys the yard space and the floor tiles in an upcoming video after we get things set up. Okay, thanks, bye. So this is the rest of the stuff we've picked up for the puppy. We spoke with the breeder who, you know, the breeder's dog is a show dog, so we had a lot of questions about grooming. These came very highly recommended across the internet. The wide tooth comb to start brushing out, and then the fine tooth comb to follow up with that. One of the slicker brushes that is self-cleaning. You can see there where hair gets caught, and then you'll be able to push the hair right out like that, and that'll be really nice. Some round-tipped scissors so that you can clean up the paw pads and sensitive areas without risk of poking the dog. And these were specifically recommended by the breeder, this Chris Christensen spray. We have seen dogs, specifically Shelties, being groomed with this spray before, so excited to try that out. And then he also specifically recommended the 27 Chris Christensen brush and said make sure to get ones that don't have little balls on the ends of the bristles, because the long delicate hairs can get caught on that. So this doesn't have that. It's just like a brush that people brush that you might have seen. It kind of squishes in. So yeah, it feels really flexible, so that's cool. We know that we probably won't be having to do this very soon, so this might seem a little early for us to have picked this up, but we're really interested in making sure that the puppy is okay with the noises of the Dremel from an early age. So we'll be touching its paws a lot, reinforcing it, giving it treats when the Dremel noises are on, so that it can associate that with positivity, and us touching its paws and hearing the noises and getting treats at the same time. Let's see. So that's most of the grooming stuff, except for one that I'm saving for the end. The next thing we picked up is this dog car seat cover. So it's, there's not really a great picture of it in here, but you can kind of see from this, so that you can hook it on the fronts or the backs of your front seats and around the heads of your back seats. I don't think our back seats actually have heads, so we'll see how this goes. But either way, just to kind of keep the whole back of your car from being completely destroyed, and to keep them from falling in, where the bottoms of the feet part of where you'd put your feet if you were in the back seat. So this kind of creates a little spot for them to be. I'm sure that the puppy won't be in this immediately, because as I'll show you in a second, we were recommended this specific travel crate by the breeder. I don't think that there's much to show you here. I think most people watching this have probably seen how this works. The special thing about this one, if it's probably not that special, I'm sure a lot have it, but it has a place here where you can hook it onto a seatbelt so that you can secure it in the car. And that's what our breeder was really interested in making sure we had before we go up tomorrow and pick up the puppy. So a few more things that we wanted to talk about. We realized that we hadn't picked up poop bags. Definitely gonna need poop bags, and we also wanted one of those things that you can put on the leash. I doubt that we would be using this straight away, just because it's probably kind of unruly when we're going to be doing so much leash training and all that stuff. But better to have it when you're ready to have it for the convenience, even if you just put it in your pocket. We also realized that we had not picked up any tug toys. So you'll probably remember some of the toys we picked up last time. We had these, we have lamb chop. But we were told by folks that you should probably get a couple different types of several different style of toy. So we couldn't decide on which tug toy we wanted to pick up. We felt like this one might be better if we're on this end and the puppy's on this end and we want to kind of sling it around on the floor. This might be better, but this one is peanut butter scented. I know you don't have smell-o-vision, but it is, so you could sniff it. And then my husband knows that I love llamas, so he picked up some llama toys. They make tiny little squeaks, and he also picked up a big llama, which I also love, and he squeaks too. We picked up a toothbrush. That's not very exciting. I know puppy teeth don't necessarily need to be taken care of super straight away since they lose them. However, again, like the Dremel we talked about before, we want to make sure that they're used to it. We don't want them being uncomfortable with hands near or in their mouths. I think eventually our vet will thank us, and our dog will thank us too for having good dental hygiene as it grows up. So the last two things I want to show you are this. So this is a camera. It is an Arlo baby model. This is just a little cutesy thing. You can take it off, but it looks like a little bunny on a perch. So this is gonna be for us if we want to watch how the dog behaves when we're not around, if we're doing training for separation training, or we're out and we want to make sure that the dog is okay, because this is our first dog and we're, I think, probably gonna want to check in more than maybe is necessary. However, it's also works with our existing security system. We've already tested it and got it set up here, you can see, and it means that we'll already have a camera for eventually if we decide to expand our family and we need one anyway. So that's handy. This is called an Arlo Baby. We've really liked it so far. It does a bunch of stuff. We'll probably show you that another time, but it does a bunch of different noises. You can record yourself. It has great video capture. So that's that. And then the last thing that I'm most excited about, my friend Allison recommended a force dryer. So maybe I should plug it in and show you guys, but a force dryer, all of the engine components, all of the motor is here. So all of the noise that drying makes is coming from here, but you will have this and you will be with your puppy over here. So it's a lot less intimidating for them from a noise perspective, and makes grooming much easier. Having a hair dryer in your dog's face can be one of the things that they really don't like about being dried off and groomed. And Shelties have such a high maintenance coat and a double coat that it's going to be rough if we had to use a hair dryer all the time. It can also be too hot. So this has two settings. It has a warm, oh yeah, it's got heating here, so it's just cold, and then if you turn this on, it warms up the air, but it's never really hot like a hair dryer. They also have degrees of airflow. So of course the first thing I did when we got this was I plugged it in and turned it on my husband, and he was impressed. And I'm pretty excited to try it. And again, even though we probably don't have to groom the puppy very much when they're really small, we want to get them used to all of the stuff. So we'll probably give them kind of a fake bath and, you know, just kind of like getting used to the space where we will give them a bath. That's all for here. We are tomorrow going to pick up the puppy at 10 a.m. tomorrow. So I'm sure you'll hear about it then, but for now, here's all the puppy goodies. Oh, one more thing I want to show you that we had installed in the house with the, knowing that the puppy was coming. So these are our stairs, and we got a gate. It's here. You can see that it's sitting against this right now. I'll show you when we get it on, but this end here goes in right here, and it slots and it goes across. And this was a really fantastic investment for us because it matches, you can tell, you can barely see it there, but it matches the stairs, which will be really nice because it won't look quite as bad as a gate, and we know that it's gonna be here forever. So right now we don't have it because we had it installed several months ago, and carrying a laundry basket up and down the stairs when you didn't really have to have this gate here was kind of a pain. I'm sure we'll deal with it just fine once it's a necessary precaution. But that's all. We'll show you guys more puppy stuff tomorrow, and we're both pretty excited. We haven't I really want a girl, which of course we're having trouble coming up with girl names. And, and of course we decided really easily on a boy name, but I really want a girl. So we'll cross that bridge tomorrow when we come to it, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.